Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Combermary people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Christy Kidgerina. It's Wednesday, September 6. In Squiz Kids Today, a fiery alert for Queensland, corgis in crowns, a hot air head-to-head, and a magnificent mullet. That's what's making news, kids style.
The lowdown.
As summer in Europe and North America draws to a close, we can almost hear firefighters breathing a sigh of relief as cooler temperatures lighten their load. However, here in Australia, fire agencies are warning us to be prepared for a significant bushfire season. This week, Queensland has issued a catastrophic fire alert, first one since 2018, as hot, dry conditions teamed with gusty winds create the ideal conditions for fires to spark and spread. A catastrophic fire is uncontrollable. It's too dangerous even for firefighters to try and put it out. So all they can do is wait and try to evacuate people in the fire's path. And while you might think that thunderstorms predicted for this week would be a good thing, lightning strikes can actually spark new fires that can be difficult to detect until they are well alight. That's why the Australian government is investigating new technologies to alert fire agencies to new blazes before they get out of control. Trials are underway using satellites, cameras mounted on mobile phone towers, and AI that simulates the way fires spread to assist in the battle. But right now, we can all be aware of our surroundings and call 000 if you detect a fire. Don't light campfires or bonfires, and make sure that the grass is kept short, especially close to houses. And thank a fiery if you see one. They're true Aussie heroes.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed at Buckingham Palace, the home of King Charles when he's in London. And for many years, home to Queen Elizabeth II and her corgis. It's been a year since the Queen passed away. Can you believe it? So, as a tribute to the late monarch, a parade of pet corgis in crowns, tiaras, and royal finery has taken place in front of Buckingham Palace this week. If you're not in the know, a corgi is a breed of dog. They're small and playful with lots of personality and wonderful bushy tails. There's a link to photos in the episode notes. Corgis were the Queen's lifelong passion. When she was just 18, the young Princess Elizabeth was gifted a corgi, which she named Susan. And throughout her long lifetime, she owned 30 of them. The corgis had their own room at the palace with 2 footmen to care for them and a special menu prepared fresh for them each day. I know. So what better way to remember the Queen than with a cavalcade of corgis? The organisers hope to make it an annual event.
Sport time.
If you happen to be in Western Australia's wheat belt, 100 kilometres east of Perth over the next few days, and you take a look up in the sky in the morning or the evening, you might be lucky enough to see a World Championship event underway. Because Northam in WA is hosting 30 competitors from 13 different countries for the Women's World Hot Air Balloon Championships. Nope, I didn't know it was a thing either. So how does it work? The competitors take off in waist-high wicker baskets powered only by hot air and fly up to 5,000 metres above the earth before descending to different altitudes to try and catch a favourable wind current. The goal is to fly right above a 10 metre by 10 metre X, which has been placed on the ground, and try to drop a beanbag directly onto it. There's no way to steer, so they're entirely at the mercy of the wind. The pilots have to use all their skill and experience to hit the target. Up, up, and away.
Biggest, furthest, longest.
When was the last time you had a haircut? Have your mum and dad been bugging you to have a trim? Or you might want to tell them about Tammy Manis, a 58-year-old woman from Tennessee in the United States who hasn't cut the back of her hair for 33 years. And it's paid off. Tammy's just been awarded the Guinness World Record for the woman with the world's longest mullet. The magnificent mullet is 172 centimetres long, and Tammy usually keeps it plaited to prevent tangles. Tammy says that I've been blessed that my hair grows, and now it's the world's longest mullet, and I'm very happy with it. There's a link to photos in the episode notes so you can see why Tammy's so pleased. I'm not sure that as a parent I'd accept that as an excuse, but if you want to avoid the hairdresser, it's worth a shot.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. What is the name of the fire alert that has been issued by fire authorities in Queensland? That's right, it's a catastrophic alert. Question number 2. What was the name of the Queen's very first corgi? Well done if you said Susan. Question number 3. In which Australian state is the Women's World Hot Air Balloon Championships taking place? Nice work if you said Western Australia.
Shout outs.
It's September 6, Indigenous Literacy Day. Seeking to improve the lives of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people through literacy and representation in books and stories, celebrating Indigenous Australian stories, culture and languages. It's also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Raina from Cronulla, Sadie from Cromer, Mason from Plumpton, Ryan from Penrith, Nash from Unanderra, Luca from Wilton, Harvey from Harrington Park, Sarah Kay from Como, Rosie from Bondi Junction and Yasmin from Victoria. Belated birthday shout-outs go to Morgs from Melbourne, Adam from Terrigal and Hayley from Gloucester. Classroom shout-outs today go to Mrs. Wake's class at St Augustine's Parish School in Narromine, Class 5 Indigo and Mrs. Harris at Orange Public School, Class 3-4C and Mr. Garn at Trinity Lutheran College in Mildura, Class S3N and Ms. O'Hara at Mortlake Public School, Class 3-4B and Mrs. Whittaker at West Pymble Public School, Class 6B and Mr. Bosworth at Labrador State School, Class 5C and Mr. Cheng at Carlingford Public School, and lastly, but not leastly, to Class 2E with Stephanie at Doherty's Creek College in Truganina. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you want a shout out, or if you want a classroom shout out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. That's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.